Finally, we can see psychosocial aspects of aging. So the old age persons will be having wide varieties of psychosocial changes. So that can vary among persons, but most of the old age persons experience most common psychosocial problems. So the older adults must adapt to psychosocial changes that occur with the aging. Although these vary, some are common to majority of older adults. First one is retirement. So retirement often has associations of passivity and seclusion. So passivity and seclusion means accepting everything, as well as passivity means they are accepting everything. There is no objection to anything. എല്ലാം ഓക്കെ ശരി ഞാൻ ചെയ്യാം ശരി കഴിക്കാം മരുന്ന് കഴിക്കാം. Everything they will be accepting the situation. Seclusion means they would like to be loneliness, privacy, private, all those things. So retirement often has associations of passivity and seclusion and often leads to psychological stresses. So these includes role changes with the spouse or role change with the family. Sometimes a breadwinner directly will become a home sitter, and problems of social isolation. So these are things, and the most powerful factors that influence the retired person's satisfaction are their health status, the opinion to continue working, as well as sufficient income. So these factors are there means, so these all can consider strategies also. So if a person is having a good health, then he can decide something in his life further even after retirement. He can continue work by self, maybe a small sector work, a small job, or maybe self business. Sufficient income. So in some cases like central government employees and all, there is a good pension and all. So in that cases, retirement will not be affecting, but in other cases retirement will affect. So retirement alter the identity, power, status and friendship. Retirement also is viewed as a beginning of old age. So that is about retirement. So next point is role change. So while we age, our roles changes. So there may be changes as well as transitions. So some roles like spouse, friend or employee can change because of the death of the spouse. We will get the old age persons will get new roles such as widow or volunteer. So some roles will lose and some new roles will be coming. So they have to adapt to these changes. So such changes require role adjustment. So with aging, changes in the marital role may occur. After retirement, the division of labor as well as household management also changes. For example, household management, he might be a breadwinner, that will be changed. So division of labor, maybe after retirement, the household activity has to be done by the partner. Similarly, so by age 70, most people take on a grandparenting role. So while taking a grandparenting role, it is having a positive as well as supportive side. So this role usually is a supportive as well as companionship role. So always the person will get chance to talk with someone. So the grandchildren will be talking all the time with grandparents. Example, my own son. He is like the follower of my grandparent. Wherever they go, he will follow and talk every time. And next one is loneliness. So the retirement, the avoidance or the separations, the illness, all those things will lead to loneliness. So any loss that create a deficit in intimacy and interpersonal relationship can lead to loneliness. So even sensory deprivation also increase the risk. So loneliness can provoke or aggravate physical symptoms, even sleep disturbances. The retirement, the poor health, inactivity, all these things contribute to loneliness. So the older adult needs caring, personal contact to avoid this loneliness. So these all points are like self-explanatory. You can add your own points if you want. So finally, depression and suicide. So more likely in the older adult. So depression increases in frequency and intensity with age. So all these factors are interrelated. Why depression? After retirement, they will be sitting alone in home. There will be nobody to talk with him. There is no concern over him. All those things. So depressive thoughts as well as suicide thought can come. So changes in neurotransmitters, multiple losses as well as decrease of external as well as internal resources. All these things can contribute to the incidents. So risk factors commonly, if you are saying, we can see a recent major loss, his own partner died, isolation from family or friends. Sometimes he may be shifted to old age home. So feeling of hopelessness, nobody is concerning, it leads to feeling of hopelessness and absence of an identifiable role in life and loss of a partner or sexual function. So these all things can considered as a risk factor for depression or suicidal thought. So that is all about psychosocial changes. So concluding the psychosocial changes, common changes we can see: assume a grandparent role, which is have a positive side, adjust to retirement, increase volunteer activity. Increase volunteer activity is having a good side. So maintain or develop new interest, cope with death of spouse, adjust to change in intimacy as well as sexuality, cope with relocation. So relocation, you can understand what it is. What is relocation? Cope with losses, depressive or suicidal thoughts, role change, and loneliness. So main 4 points you can remember as RRLD. R for retirement, second R for role change, L for loneliness. What is loneliness? Loneliness, and D for depressive thoughts. RRLD. Other things, if you want to add, you can add. So that is all about today. We have studied about 3 aspects of aging. So have a nice weekend. Thank you so much.